Okay, welcome everyone to Campbelltown Hobbies Racing League Round 3 at Castle Hill. Want a massive thank you to our major sponsor, Campbelltown Hobbies. Their support is endless to our club and sport, and we're very thankful. We'd also like to thank S-Works and Hobby Wing for their support in this event. Our first race up now is our junior class. We're just waiting on Caden Hill. Is Caden Hill? Caden's out? All right. For our first race of 2023 Round 3 Campbelltown Hobbies Racing League. Juniors, have fun. Go on as your name is called, please. Is that volume too low? Okay, just hang on. I've just got to work out why the volume's changed.
Welcome to Lifetime Scoring Engine. This is a speech test.
Right, we'll try this one underway. Here we go. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. What's your cars? All right, just hang on. We've got a small issue.
Countdown 6. That in, what do you normally have, like a 5?
I'll just call it and we'll fix it as we go. All right, drivers, we're just going to go. I'll call your name when you go. So when I call, please go across the line. All right, drivers ready? Marshal's ready. Hassan. Connor. Jay. Jacob. Maya. Saxon. Eli. Caden. Bradley. Samuel. And Tyler. All right, so we got Hassan out in the lead. His current fastest lap is at 32.2. Samuel sitting in second. And Tyler third, Meyer in fourth. Everyone doing a great job out there. Very few little mistakes.
After 2 minutes, the top drivers are Hassan Omar in first place, followed by Samuel Dal Santo in second place, followed by Tyler Acton in third place, followed by Maya Refalo in fourth place, followed by Jacob Hickey
Caution on
in
the front
fifth
straight.
place,
Need a marshal on the front
followed
straight.
by
Caution
Connor
on the front
Evans in
straight.
sixth place, followed by Bradley
They're back on
Warner
the
in
jumps.
seventh place,
Back
followed
on the
by
jumps, back on
Saxon
the
Gillett
jumps.
in eighth place.
Yes, please. All right, with a minute 40 to go, we've still got Hassan sitting out in the lead. Samuel sitting second. Jacob Hickey in third. Oh, Bradley Warner just jumps up in the third. Jacob Hickey goes down the fourth. Oh, Tyler now jumps up in the third. So the battle for third is immense. Now we've got Jay Raffello sitting in sixth. Connor Evans 7. Maya 8. Saxon Gillett 9. Eli Pitt 10. And Hayden Hill, he hasn't turned up for this one. Just over a minute to go. Currently Hassan Omar with a top 5 average of 32.1.
After 4 minutes,
Samuel Del
the top
Santo at
drivers are Hassan Omar
33.9.
in first place,
Jay
followed
Raffello
by
at
Samuel Dal
34.3.
Santo in second place, followed by
Still
Jay
Hassan with
Refalo
the
in third
fastest
place,
single lap
followed by
at
Bradley Warner
31.7.
in fourth place,
That's
followed by Jacob Hickey in fifth
the only one who's
place,
even getting
followed
close to him
by
is Jay
Tyler Acton
Raffello
in
with
sixth
a
place,
31.9,
followed
2
by
tenths off
Connor
him.
Evans in seventh place,
Just
followed
over
by
30
Maya
seconds to
Refalo
go,
in
drivers.
eighth place.
If we can please get our first heat of two-wheel spec to the grid, please. Two-wheel spec to the grid. So Bradley Warner putting in a solid run. He's jumped up into fourth. He's only sitting 0.3 of a second off Samuel on the top 5 average.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So when you hear the tone,
3,
drivers, please
2,
continue until your name is
1.
called. So keep driving until your name is called.
Connor Evans done. Maya Refalo done. Samuel Dal Santo done. Hassan Omar done. Jay Refalo done. Bradley Warner done. Jacob Hickey done. Tyler Acton done. Eli Pitt done. Saxon Gillett done. All drivers are finished. The race is completed. Up next, race number 2. 2WD Spec Heat 1 of 2. Greg Cribben.
All right, we have
Dries
our
Lowe.
first heat of
John Griffey.
two-wheel drive spec.
Robert Smith. Todd Jolien.
So drivers, just one lap,
Andrew
please.
Evans.
So please be aware there will be cars
Nicholas
stopped on the
Refalo.
straight.
Mitch Bailey. 1 minute to the start of the race.
So thank you to all our marshals for getting out there so quickly.
"45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, so I haven't got Michael Fretton checked off or Hugo. Are they here yet?
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Not there? Okay, we'll get this on underway. All right, so we have Ben Cribben up on the stand as your race referee. So please just listen to him. I'll try and help you know when a faster car's behind you, but Ben will also point it out. Just remember, if a faster car does come up behind you, just give them some space, work with them, let them through. Two of you doing that will go quicker. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready. Go when your name is called.
Todd Jolien, Robert Smith, Michael Frieden, Mitch Bailey, Nicholas Refalo, Andrew Evans, Dries Lowe, Hugo Tsung, Greg Cribben, John Griffey.
All right, we'll see as the times as they commence their first lap. Todd Julian, quickest one out at the moment, laying down a 29.8. Robbie Smith with a 31.4. Andrew Evans with a 30.9. So just remember, drivers, you just got to do, it's your best 5 laps, not consecutive. So if you make a little mistake, just compose yourself, get the next lap underway. If you make a mistake, just give and there's someone coming up behind you, just give them some room, work with them, let them through, don't hold each other up. Andrew Evans now lays down the fastest lap at 29.4. Got Robbie Smith, a 31.4. Greg Cribben with a 31.2. Robbie Smith lays down the fastest lap and he's in the 29.4s now. And then Andrew Evans answers with a 29 flat. We won't be able to get your overall until you guys have done at least 5 laps. Could we have our second heat of two-wheel specs start making their way to the grid, please? So currently fastest laps, we've got Andrew Evans at 29 flat, Robbie Smith 29.4, Todd Julian 29.8. Greg Cribben just goes down to a 29.3. So you guys are getting faster and faster. Nicholas Traffello with a 30 flat, Dries Lowe with a 31.7, John Griffey with a 34.1. Just on 25 seconds to go, drivers. Now we've got our top 5 average. We've got Andrew Evans in 1 with a 29.5. Then Todd Julian, 29.8. Oh, Robbie Smith just jumps up in a second with a 29.7. Greg Cribben sitting in 4th with a 29.9.
8.
Nicholas Raffello
7,
in 5th with a 30.4.
3.
Mitch Bailey,
2.
6th
1.
with a 31.6. Dreslow sitting in 7 with a 31.6.
Todd
And John
Jolien
Griffey
done.
rounding up the field. So just remember, drivers just cross the line. Wait, only stop if your name is called.
Robert Smith done.
Robbie Smith jumps to the top of the timetables. He's gone with a 29.2.
Greg Cribben done.
Andrew Evans only
Nicholas
2/2
Rivalo
of a
done.
second off him over for the top 5 average.
Mitch Bailey done. John Griffey done.
So all drivers are finished. Oh, hang on, who's this? Drez?
Dries Low done. The race is completed. Up next, race number 3.
So drivers, if you just put your
2
car on the
WD
table, head
spec
straight
heat
out to
2 of
Marshall,
2.
please.
Nathaniel White. Scott Hill. Ron Kirby. Dan Marr. Dallas Gardner. Jeffrey Primer. Jim Koymanese. Paul Hickey. Jeffrey Pitt. Brad Verco. Glenn Welch. One minute to the start of the race.
All right, we have Chris Milton up on the stand as your race referee for this one. So drivers, just remember it's 4 minutes. Your top 5 average counts. If there's a faster car behind you, please just work with them, give them some space, make each other quicker. Have our marshals out there. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready. Go when your name is called.
Brad Verco. Nathaniel White. Glenn Welch. Dallas Gardner. Scott Hill. Jeffrey Pitt. Jeffrey Primer. Dan Marr. Jim Koymanese. Ron Kirby. Paul Hickey.
All right, we'll call the times of these fast guys as they come across. So Verco lays down the quickest line. He's straight into the 26s with a 26.3. Nathaniel, 27.1. Glenn Welsh, 27.7. Scotty Hill, a 28.9. Dallas Gardner, a 29.2. Jeff Primer, 28.9. Dan Marr in the 29.6. So looks like Brad Verco's started where he left off last time here in the first round of the series. Currently his average lap is at 26.6 versus Nathaniel's 26.8. Verco being very consistent, just puts down a 26.5. So his first 3 laps all within a couple of tenths of each other. Dallas Gardner puts in his fastest lap of the run at 27.6. So just remember, drivers, as fast as the car comes up behind you, just give them space. Looks like Verco's motoring down. He's going through Goby's Gamble over the little double. Coming up behind Jimmy, so just give Brad's the fast man out there. He's clearly quicker than everyone else at the moment. Just give him some space. Brad now with a bit of clear track of him, ahead of him. Got Nathaniel sitting in 2. Nathaniel will be in the white and blue car. Glenn Welsh in 3rd. Their fastest laps all in the 26. It's super tight now. So we've got Verco with a 26.3. Nathaniel with a 26.6. Glenn Welsh with a 26.6. And we drop back to Dallas Garner in the 27s. He just, Scotty Hill just dumps up to a 27.3. So the current order is Verco 1, White 2, Welsh 3, Hill 4, Gardner 5, Pitt 6, Primus 7, Ma 8, Pilsmanis 9, Kirby 10, and Hickey rounding out the 11. We'll see if anyone can dip below a 26. Just on a minute to go, drivers. Top 5 average currently has Verco with half a second ahead of Nathaniel. Welsh only 1/10 back. Scotty Hill is another half a second behind. Scotty Hill's starting to head down the front straight. He's got the a good looking car actually. It's a new paint job for him. Fluoro orange, fluoro red with a bit of white and grey. I think his brother may have been painting that. I think he used to do a lot of paint jobs in the day. So still no one improving on their fastest lap. Verco still with a 26.3.
9, 8, 7.
His average has improved,
6,
but with his average is a
4.
that's actually really
3,
good. His fastest lap is a 26.3. His top 5 average is 26.4. So super consistent by Verco. That's firing the first shots for this one for the weekend, showing his consistency and speed.
Nathaniel White done.
Just go until your name is called, drivers.
Jeffrey Pitt done. Scott Hill done. Glenn Welch done. Paul Hickey done. Dallas Gardner done. Brad Verco done.
Finishing order.
Dan Marr
Verco
done.
1, Welsh 2,
Ron
White
Kirby
3,
done.
Gardner 4,
Jeffrey
Hill
Primer
5,
done.
Primus 6, Pitt 7, Kilsmanis 8, Ma 9, Hickey 10, and Kirby 11.
Jim Koymani's done. All drivers are finished. The race is completed. Up next, race number 4. 2WD mod. Heat 1 of 2.
All right, so Jimmy, if you can just stay up there and be our race referee, please. All right, this is the first of our fast guys and mod drivers.
Gary Kellett, Stephen Snedden, Brian Lowe, Stuart McMahon, Aidan Young. 1
Matt.
minute to the start of the race.
Hello, Matt.
Lachlan
Are
Williams.
you moist, Matt?
I haven't got Pat Carter checked off yet. So every other car, but not Pat
45
Carter.
seconds to the start of the race.
I want to see if I can see Pat's car out there. So just careful on the straight, drivers. Just take it easy on the straight. Those Christmas.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, so we're just waiting on Pat.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Something just happened. We've got audio back.
Patrick Carter. Less than 5.
All right, go on the computer, drivers.
Brian Lowe, Stephen Snedden, Stuart McMahon, Patrick Carter, Gary Kellett, Lachlan Williams,
Just caution heading on
John
the back straight.
McMillan.
Caution heading on the back straight.
Aidan Young.
That's clear. So just remember, drivers, just top 5 average, top 5 laps. So if you're having a bad lap, just get out of everyone's way, take a breath, compose yourself, and get on with it with the next one. All right, so Brian Lowe, our first one across the line, doing a 27.3. I think it's everyone else has had a fairly poor lap for their first one. Nerves of such a big, important event, obviously getting to some people. And Brian goes down into the 25. So Brian flying at the moment, 25.7. It's the fastest lap of the track today. And Brian, a newcomer to the mod class. Only just sort of stepping into it, and he's doing a great job. Little whip as he comes over the little single on the main jump section. Brian in our blue car heading down the front straight now. Lays down a 26.6 that time. Oh, a little issue for Brian as he heads up onto the back straight. Just got to try and keep it tidy. So Aidan, you have the, that's it, the leader coming up behind you, thank you. All right, so the current order, we got Lowe in 1, Sneddon in 2, McMahon 3, Carter 4, Kellett 5, Williams 6. Fastest lap still belongs to Brian Lowe with 25.7. No one's even getting close to him. We've got, actually Lockie Williams is now into a 26.3. But Brian flying out there at the moment, just got to get some consistency. His second lap was the fastest one. Let's see what he can do. Just try and keep it together, keep it tidy. Brian with a 26.6 that last lap. So we'll just follow a lap of Brian. He's up over the curbs. He's quick, a little bit sideways in there, a little bit hot into the corner. He's about to come across the main jump section. Nice and smooth over the jumps. He comes along, heads down the straight. We'll see what this lap time is. See if he can get in the 25s. The 26.4. Just that one little error in the middle of the track has cost him on that one. We'll see where young Lockie Williams is. We'll follow him around. So Lockie Williams starting to head down the front straight. He's got the fluo orange and blue car as he commences his another lap. That last one was a 27 flat. So he's just scooting through Goby's Gamble over the little double. Heading up through the infields past the hairpin. He's up on 2 wheels as he heads down the hill over the tabletop. Nice and tidy through the jump section. This should be a good lap for him actually. Probably one of his better ones. He heads down the straight. I'll see what time he can put together. 26.8, so still 7/10 off his fastest. Get our second heat of 2-wheel mod up to the
10,
the driver's
9,
stand, please.
8, 7, 6.
So currently for the
5,
top 5 average, you've got
4,
Brian Lowe in
3,
1 with a 26.2.
1.
Lockie Williams in second with a 26.5. Matt Kellett third with a 27.1. Steve Sneddon in fourth with a 27.2.
Brian Lowe done.
Stuart McMillan with a 29.6. Just go to your name is called, drivers.
Patrick Carter done. Stuart McMahon done. Lachlan Williams
And
done.
Lachlan Williams lays down his
Stephen
fastest
Sneddon
lap
done.
on that last one. A 26.1.
Gary Kellett done. Aidan Young done. All drivers are finished. The race is completed. Up next, race number 5. 2WD mod. Heat 2 of 2.
All right, now we move on to our fast guys. Couple of the quickest guys in the country in this one. Young Lachlan Donnelly. One of the quickest guys in the country, that's for sure.
Lachlan Donnelly.
3 of these guys are heading over to the Worlds in a couple of months. Got some younger guys,
Nick
some more
Friend.
experienced guys. So young
James
Donnelly, he's expecting big
2.0.
things. Andrew Gillett will be also heading
Andrew
over,
Gillett.
more of a veteran.
Kale Wilson.
Going over there for a bit of a good time.
Samuel
Meet up with some
Muffet.
mates. Ben Cribben will be competing in his first Worlds. Not so young, not so fast. We've also got Seckold in this one. Guaranteed to put in at least
1 minute to the
one
start of the
absolutely
race.
killer lap and one terrible lap, but we'll see how consistent he can be today. Cale Wilson has been away from the racetrack for a little while. He's come back. Young Sam Muffet, one of our up-and-coming flyers.
45 seconds
And
to
James
the start of the
Muha,
race.
who's been consistently quick in this class. All right. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. Go when your name is called.
Lachlan Donnelly. Andrew Gillett.
All right, so
Ben
we'll follow Donnelly
2.0.
around as he heads down the back
Nick
straight.
Frame.
Up on the back
Cale
wheels as he
Wilson.
goes down the back straight.
Samuel Muffet.
Through Goby's gamble over the double.
James Muha.
Already looking very tidy. Not going to be his best lap. It's just not quite to his best, but still pulling away from the rest of the field. See his time as he crosses. He heads down the straight. Donnelly lays down a 25 flat for his first lap. Gillett, 26.5. Cribben, a 26 flat. Seckold, a 25.9. Wilson, 27 flat. Sam Muffet, 26.3. James with 27.7. So already, young Donnelly, the man to beat. We'll follow him through the purple car as he goes through the chicane, down the back straight, up on the back wheels as he goes through the dipper. Little whip as he goes over Goby's gamble. Donnelly already in the 24s with a 24.7 with that last one. Makes massive time and everyone else on the jump section. So quick through that part as he heads down the straight. That lap 24.8, so it's 1/10 slower than his last one. So showing some super consistency already. Got Andrew Gillett sitting in 2. Cribben 3, Seckold 4, Wilson 5, Muffet 6, Muha 7. So Sam Muffet lays down a 25.4. He's the second quickest driver out there in fastest lap times. Seckold with a 25.5, Cribben 26 flat, Gillett 26.5. Gillett showing some consistency too. That's a 26.5 flat. And then 26.56, so it's obviously starting to find his way around in the EP off-road again. We've got Donnelly down into a 24.1 now. So Donnelly flying. 1 minute 40 to go, drivers. Okay, we'll do a lap with young Sam Muffet. Sam Muffet just coming up behind Cale Wilson. Just squeezes down the inside. He comes over the little double, little whip of the car. He's got Seckold also over the back of him. The 3 fluoro cars in the middle of the track. Muffet pulls a little bit of time with them beautifully over the jump section. He comes around the sweeper onto the front straight. We'll see what sort of time he can put together on this one. Sam Muffet jumps to second on the times, 25.3. Donnelly still 1.2 seconds quicker than anyone else on the racetrack. Donnelly's starting to come up to a gaggle of cars. There's a group of Seckold, Wilson and Cribben. Now we've got our top 5 average up. So we've got Donnelly with an average of 24.5, Muffet 25.5, Wilson 25.9, Cribben 26 flat, Gillett 26 flat, Seckold 26.3, Muha 27.1. So the standout for me there, young Sam Muffet sitting in second with a 25.5. Sam's been putting a lot of time and effort into his driving recently and it's starting to show. Just on 15 seconds to go, drivers. Wilson just puts in
10,
his fastest lap of the run, a 25.3.
7, 6, 5.
Wilson
4,
now sitting in third.
3,
Gillett fourth.
2,
Cribben
1.
fifth. Donnelly still with the fastest lap, a 24.1.
Lachlan
That's
Donnelly
exactly,
done.
it's a whole second quicker
Ben
than anyone
2.0
else.
done.
Nearest driver
Nick
is
Frame
Sam
done.
Muffet, 25.1.
James Muha done. Andrew Gillett done. Samuel Muffet done. Cale Wilson done. All drivers are finished. The race is completed. Up next, race number 6. 4WD Spec Heat 1 of 2. Andrew Evans, Todd Jolien, Damian Absalon, Mitch Bailey, Robert Smith, Ron Kirby, Bradley Shooter,
We now have our four-wheel spec class.
1 minute to the start of
For
the
those
race.
who are not familiar,
Paul
within this
Hickey.
series we're running a new spec class. We're running 21.5 in two-wheel drive and 17.5 in four-wheel drive. So far it's basically taken over the club. We've been allowing
45 seconds to the
stock
start of the
and
race.
spec at every club day. Spec, we've been getting massive numbers. Stock has dropped off significantly. So these guys will be running with a 17.5 in their four-wheel drives. I might need just someone on the outfield just to jump. We've still got Cribbins just late heading out to marshalling. Maybe we just dock his last lap time. Probably wouldn't hurt him actually. He was so slow. Can we just get one more person on the? You got a problem, Greg? Ah, okay. It's always a problem. All right, driver's ready, marshal's ready. Go as your name is called.
Ron Kirby, Paul Hickey, Robert Smith, Todd Jolien, Mitch Bailey, Damian Absalon, Andrew Evans, Greg Cribbin, Bradley Shooter.
All right, young Ron Kirby laying down a 26.3, a fastest lap so far. Paul Hickey sitting in 2 with a 27.6. Actually, Todd Julian is starting to show some speed in this one again. He's on a 26.8. Kirby just puts down another fast one. When he's outdone by Paul Hickey. Paul Hickey down to a 26.1. Robbie Smith sitting on a 26.4. Mitch Bailey, 27.5. Damien with a 28.2. Andrew Evans, a 28 flat. Bradley Chutter, a 27.8. So we'll pick out let's follow Ron Kirby for a lap. He just comes through Goby Gamble, heading through the middle of the infield of the track at the moment. Heads down the hill to the jump section. Ron Kirby in the orange, the red and yellow car. Ron Kirby, one of our lifetime members here. Been involved with the club for a long time. Does a lot for the club. Appreciate all his support. Maybe not one of our youngest drivers, but one of our quicker. Ronnie Kirby's laid down his fastest lap, that last one at 25.9. As Ronnie heads down the sweeper onto the front straight. See what he can put down this time. 26.4, so a little bit slower on that lap. Nice and tidy as he comes through Goby's Gamble. A bit smooth through the infield this time. Oh, a little bit crossed up for the jump section. That's going to cost him. Okay, we're at a top 5 average up. So Kirby sitting in 1 with a 26.2. Paul Hickey, 26.8. Todd Julian 3rd with a 27.7. Mitch Bailey in 4th with a 27.9. Andrew Evans in 5th with a 28.3. Damien sitting in 6th with a 28.4. Bradley sitting in 7th with a 28.8. Robbie Smith just jumps up in the 5th with a 28 flat. So Kirby's still the fastest lap out there. He's 2/10 quicker than Paul Hickey. Just on 40 seconds to go, drivers. Should have our second heat of 4-wheel spec to the grid, please. Kirby with about a half a second gap over the field for the top 5 average. Paul Hickey, the only one close.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So Mitch Bailey
4,
puts in a good lap, and
3,
it's put him up in the
2,
third. 27.1. He and Todd Julian battling for that third spot at the moment. And even Robbie Smith starting to get in on the action. Only 5/100ths of a second
All
separating
50 done.
those 3 drivers currently. Could come down to this final lap. So no one's going to
Todd
get near
Julian
Ron
done.
Kirby.
Mitch Bailey done.
Oh, so Mitch Bailey
Robert
puts in a
Smith done.
killer. He's fast
Ron
last lap.
Kirby done.
That's guaranteed third. So
Andrew
we've got Mitch
Evans
Bailey
done.
in third. He's got into the
Damien
26s.
Absalom
That's
done.
26.9. Todd Julian in fourth. 27.1. Robbie Smith in fifth with a 27.15.
Bradley Shooter done. All drivers are finished. The race is completed. Up next, race number 7. 4WD Spec Heat 2 of 2.
Yeah, the first, it's only the first half of the race, I could brake, but the second half of that
Jim Koymanis, Dallas Gardner, Jeffrey Pitt, Jeffrey Primer, Nathaniel White, Scott Hill. Brad Verco.
Just one lap, please, drivers. Just one lap.
One minute to the start of the race.
Need those drivers from the last race. Straight out to Marshall, please.
"45 seconds to the start of the race.
Robbie Smith, can you go up on the driver's stand? Just be a race referee for me, please. I don't know how you're walking around those shorts. It's currently like 6 degrees outside. All right, driver's ready. Marshall's ready. Go in, name is called.
Brad Verco, Dallas Gardner, Nathaniel White, Hugo Tsung, Scott Hill, Michael Frieden, Jeffrey Pitt, Jeffrey Primer, Jim Koymanis.
Okay, so it looks like young Dallas Gardner putting in a flyer on his first one. We'll see as they cross the times, but I think Dallas is going to be the quick man out there for this one. Verco goes a 25.4. Gardner a 25.2. Nathaniel hasn't had a great first lap. That's going to cost him on that one. Hill with a 25.9. We've got Pitt with a 28.8. Primo with a 27.3. Jimmy with a 26.4. Verco lays down the quickest lap of the race with a 24.5. it looks like Virgo's started to get into a stride, get some consistency. Just a poor first lap. So Brad Verco in the orange car starts his way down the back straight. He'll be coming up against lap traffic very quickly. If you see a orange and white car coming up behind you, just run and give him a little bit wider, give him some space, let him through. Verco flying out there. Then we got Dallas Gardner with a green and white car sitting in second. Nathaniel White in third. Well, Nathaniel really not having a good run, just a traction roll at the end of the front straight. We'll see what Verco can do. His fastest lap to date is a 24 flat. It's a 24.4. His top 5 averages just come up, so he's got Verco with an average of 24.6, Gardner with a 24.8. Nathaniel a 26.5, Hill in the third with a 25.9. Jeffrey Pitt in fifth with an average of 26.8. Jimmy jumps up in the sixth with a 27.1. Primer, 27.9. Just over a minute to go, drivers. We'll do a lap with Verco in the orange and white car. He's coming around the sweeper onto the straight, just grabs a bit of pipe. Super quick through the chicane. Down through the dipper, into Goby's Gamble. Flies through there. Supremely quick through the infield, down the hill, over the tabletop. Decent lap. I don't think it's going to be his quickest one. We'll see what he lays down this time. 24.5. That's about 4/10 of his quickest. We'll go on board with Scotty Hill. Scotty Hill heads down the sweeper onto the front straight. The fluor orange and white black car. Nicely through the chicane. Into the dipper. Very cleanly through Goby's Gamble. Oh, just misses the down ramp on the little double. Just cost him a little bit of time, a few tenths.
9,
up on 2 wheels at the top of the hill.
7, 6,
over the tabletop.
5, 4,
Cleanly
3,
through the jump section.
2, 1.
Scotty's fastest lap is a 24.7. That time he goes down to with a 25.3. Just a couple of little errors there. Just continue on to your name is called, drivers.
Nathaniel White done. Brad Verco done.
So Verco, currently the fastest
Dallas
man of
Gardner
four-wheel
done.
spec. Gardner in 2.
Jeffrey Pitt done.
Scotty Hill in 3. Nathaniel White 4.
Jim Coyman
Jimmy
is done.
5. Jeffrey Pitt 6.
Jeffrey Primer done.
Primer 7.
Scott Hill done. All drivers are finished. The race is completed. Up next,
Now we move into
race
our
number
fast
8.
guys again. 4-wheel mod.
4WD mod. Heat 1 of 2.
Got young gun, young Lachlan Williams in this one. He's made the move to mod and he's been showing a good turn of speed. He's surrounded with by some guys with some good experience. It's good to see young Matt Keller back. He hasn't
Matt
been to the
Seckel.
track in a few years. This is his first
Gary
meeting.
Kellett. Lachlan Williams.
Matt Keller, a veteran of the sport.
Aidan Young.
Hopefully we'll see a lot more of him in the
Stuart McMahon.
coming months, years. So just one lap, please, drivers. Have we got Pat Carter out there this time?
1 minute to the start of
Or
the
is he
race.
still in the pits, waiting for me to call him over, a little personal request? Yep. And it's Kale Wilson. I haven't got Kale Wilson out there yet.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
It's Kale. Come here, Kale. So, Kale, just go across the loop. I haven't got you up. Okay, so I've got an issue with Kale's transponder. It's not registering at all. Right, we've got a bit of time. Okay, that could be a problem. All right, we'll give you a second. If you can get one, just chuck one in. Drivers, if you want to do another lap, just do another lap while we're waiting. So, Kale, you owe me a hot chocolate for this one.
Patrick Carter.
Okay, so we're just waiting on Kale. I actually don't blame you, Kale. It's obviously your father's fault because you do no work on your cars. Even though Chris has got a broken arm, can't drive for himself, he still has to work on your cars. Yep, I got... obviously, Dane was the last time to drive that transponder.
Kale Wilson.
All right, we're all good. I do need one marshal. Where can we steal someone? Oh, Chris is going. Thanks, Chris. Just over near Goby's Gamble, up at that backside. We'll just wait for old man Milton to get over there. All right. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. Go when your name is called.
Matt Seckold. Patrick Carter. Stuart McMahon. Lachlan Williams. Kale Wilson. Gary Kellett. John McMillan.
All right, we'll follow young Lachlan Williams around for this.
Young.
Oh, maybe not. He's on his lead. We'll go with Kale. Kale coming through Goby's Gamble. He's just coming up behind Stu McMahon. Thank you, Stu. Just giving Kale a little bit of room. So we'll see what their fastest laps are. So Matt Seckold with the fastest lap so far, 25.7. Kale Wilson betters that with a 24.5. Matt Kellett with a 26.8. Pat Carter with a 27.3. Stu McMahon with a 29.7. Aiden Young, 28.1. Lachlan Williams wasn't a good lap up here. He was on his lead. All right, so Kale Wilson lays down the fastest lap at 24.3. We've got Matt Kellett with a 25.3. So we'll grab hold of Kale wherever Kale is at the moment. Find him on the track. Okay, he's heading down the back straight into Goby's Gamble. Nicely over little double. He's coming up behind Matt Seckold. So Kale, the quick man out there at the moment. See if he goes big. No, he only goes small. So a lot of the drivers are clearing the tabletop and the single. Just saw Stu McMahon do it. Lachlan Williams does it, doesn't quite land it cleanly. I'm not sure what motor Kale's got in that, if he's still running a 13.5. But last meeting he ran a 13.5 in the mod class and was still super competitive. Looks like he needs to put his big boy pants on and try and clear that jump. So Kale currently sitting top of the times with their top average of the 24.4. Still very clean. Still can't put his big boy pants on. We'll get him there before the end of the run. We'll get Kale to come and see us and let us know what motor he's running in this after the run. So young Lachlan Williams lays down the fastest lap of the race at 23.6. That's 1/10 quicker than Kale's. Kale being a lot more consistent. I reckon Kale could pull another half of a second if he could do that jump. So on our top 5 average, we've got Kale Wilson, average at 23.9. Kellett at 25.2. Aiden Young, he's just been done. Matt Seckold jumps up to 3rd with a 26.1. Aiden Young in 4th with a 27.2. Pat Carter a 27.2. Lachlan Williams with a 26.8. Stu McBarn with a 27.5. Just on 25 seconds to go, drivers. So maybe Wilson's still running the 13.5. That's why he can't clear that jump. But he's quick everywhere else.
10, 9,
maybe the
8, 7, 6,
the slower motor
5,
makes it easy to be
4,
more consistent through
3,
the rest of the track.
2, 1.
Just goes to show that how quick these 13.5s are. Wilson comes around
Matt
to complete
Seckold
his
done.
final lap.
Cale Wilson
The
done.
24.1
Patrick Carter done.
gives him a top 5
Lachlan
average
Williams
of a 23.7, so that's over a second quicker than Matt Kellett. Lachlan
Stuart
Williams
McMahon done.
lays down the fastest lap of the race on the last lap, a 23.4.
Gary Kellett done.
That puts him in
Aiden
3rd
Young done.
overall.
All drivers are finished. The
So
race
Matt
is
Kellett
completed.
gets down to a 23.8
Up
with
next,
his fastest lap.
race number 9.
We'll see how that compares to the
4WD
fast guys.
Moss.
We've
Heat
now
2 of
got
2.
Donnelly, Seckold, Cribben, Gillett, Muffet, Lowe, Muha and Sneddon up.
Nick Frame. Samuel Muffet. James Muha. Brian Lowe. Stephen Sneddon. Andrew Gillett. Lachlan Donnelly. Ben 2.0. One minute to the start of the race.
All right, so I've just had clarification by Kale that he is running a
45
5.5.
seconds to the start of the
He's
race.
just turned it down because it's a little bit too scary for him. So hopefully he puts a bit more power in the motor and he can start doing the jump with all the other big boys. All right, we just get all our marshals to sit down and stop talking. All our marshals to sit down and stop talking. All right, drivers ready. Marshals ready. Go when your name is called.
Lachlan Donnelly. Nick Frame. Ben 2.0. Andrew Gillett. Samuel Muffet. Brian Lowe. James Muha. Stephen Sneddon.
All right, we'll see how this goes. Looks like Seckold's putting in a good first lap. We'll see what they are. Donnelly, 22.9. Seckold, 23.5. Cribben, 24.1. Gillett, 24.3. Muffet, 25.1. Lowe, 25.6. Muha, 25.2. Sneddon, 26.8. Donnelly betters that to a 22.2. We'll come on board with Donnelly. Heads through the infield in the purple and white car. Heads down the hill to the main jump section. Clears the whole lot and down ramps perfectly. This should be a good lap. That was a tidy one. We'll see what his lap time is. It's a 22.5. That's 3/10 of his quickest. So no one even close to Donnelly at the moment. No one else in the 22s. Closest at the moment, I think, is Brian Lowe. Just Sorry, Ben Cribben goes to a 23.9. Let's check the fastest. Actually, Brian Lowe puts in a 23.5. That's the second fastest lap of this run so far. So Brian Lowe, new to mod, just put in a killer lap. Second with a 23.5. Pretty much identical to Brian's. So young Brian Lowe flying out there at the moment. Cribben into a 23.5. That's his fastest lap of the run. Donnelly betters it to a 22.1. We'll see where they all sit as the top 5 consecutive start, top 5 average start coming through. So we've currently got Donnelly in 1 with a 22.4 average. Cribben 23.7, Gillett 24.5, Seckold 25.4, Lowe 26.2, Muha 26.2, Muffet 26.8, Sneddon with the 29. So we've got Donnelly in a class of his own out there. Just overshooting the jumps a bit, but the car still lands perfectly. I don't think it's costing him not missing the down ramps. Caution, Donnelly, caution. Oh, he just squeezes by a flipping Seckold. The speed of these cars, there's no way you can see that on the back straight. So Cribben's still sitting in two. So we've got a bit of a battle between Cribben and Gillett. Only 2/10 separates them on their top 5 laps. And Brian has been struggling to replicate that quick lap he put together.
10, 9, 8, 7.
And Donnelly
6,
goes quicker again.
5,
Donnelly, the only driver
4,
in the 21s.
3, 2, 1.
Donnelly puts down a 21.9.
Ben 2.0 done. Nick Frame done. Samuel Muffet done. Andrew Gillett done. Lachlan Donnelly done.
So Donnelly
Stephen
dominating.
Sneddon done.
No one even close in a class of his own. Cribben 2, Gillett 3, Muha 4, Lowe 5, Muffet 6, Seckold 7, Sneddon 8. Still a couple of cars running. So last lap of Brian was another good one. It's a 25.7.
Brian Lowe done.
His last lap not
James
so great,
Muha
but
done.
still puts him in. Oh,
All
Brian Lowe
drivers
actually
are
jumps up to
finished.
4th. So
The race is completed.
a great effort. Brian Lowe sitting 4th in mod overall. Outstanding effort, Brian.
Up next, race number 1. 2WD Junior. Heat 1 of 1.
Yep, Junior's up, ready to go.
Saxon Gillett. Hassan Omar. Samuel Dal Santo. Eli Pitt. Jacob Hickey, J. Refalo. 1 minute to the start of the race. Maya Refalo.
All right, just one lap, please, drivers, and then pull up on the straight. So everyone just take care on the straight. There are cars stopped on the straight.
45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Bradley Warner. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, can I just get Tyler to go across the loop and Connor Evans? Just go across the checkered flag, just one at a time. Just one at a time.
Connor Evans. Tyler Acton.
Okay, all checked off. So Tyler, just know you're going to be going 5th, so make sure you've got a bit of room to get through. All right, drivers ready. Marshall's ready. Go when your name is called.
Hassan Omar. J. Refalo. Samuel Dal Santo. Bradley Warner. Tyler Acton. Jacob Hickey. Connor Evans. Maya Refalo.
Caution back
Saxon
straight,
Gillett.
caution back straight.
Eli Pitt.
Yeah, just there.
Cadden Hill.
All right, so young Hassan Omar comes through with a 30.9. Jay Raffello, a 33.3. Bradley Warner, 33.4. Samuel, 41. Tyler, 38. Connor, 36. Maya, 35. Saxon, a 37. So Hassan flying out there with a 29.6. It's almost 4 seconds quicker than anyone on the first lap. We'll see if we can find young Hassan on the track. He's just about to head down the hill over the jump section, I believe. Oh, a little mistake there by Hassan, just on the grass. Just remember to give each other room, guys. If there's a faster car comes up behind you, just run a little bit wide, let them through. So currently we've got Hassan 1, Jay 2, Samuel 3, Bradley 4, Tyler 5, Jacob 6, Connor 7, Maya 8, Saxon 9, Eli 10, so our leader Hassan has got the grey and white car with the fluoro yellow wheels. Just going through the infield at the moment. Why don't we jump on board with Saxon Gillett for a lap? He's heading down the back straight into the dipper. Coming through Smith's S's. Oh, he's on his lid. All right, we'll jump on board with Jacob Hickey. He's heading down the back straight. Just through the dipper, through Smith's S's, coming to Goby's Gamble. Nicely over the little double, little whip in the air. Coming through the infield as he heads down the hill before the jump section. Nice and tidy through there. Nicely over the tabletop in the single. Clears the next double beautifully. Just around another car. Heads around the sweeper down the front straight. Jacob puts in a 33.6. That's his fastest lap of the run. Great job, Jacob. Keep it up. Let's jump on board with Samuel. So Samuel's now heading down the back straight into the dipper. Down through Smith Sessers. A little bit over the curb. Over Goby's Gamble. Perfect down ramp. Nicely through the infield. Grabs a bit of curb as he heads down the hill to the jump section. Nice tidy lap so far. Nicely over the jumps. Clears a little double. Perfectly. Around the sweeper. Up on two wheels but keeps it on the rubber side down. We'll see what he can do as he crosses the line. Samuel goes a 38.5. That's Samuel's fastest lap as well. Normally it's the curse of the commentator. Everyone's going quicker. All right, so who's this we've got heading down the straight? We'll jump on board with another driver. We got Meyer. So Meyer's now heading down the back straight. Just going into the dipper. Down through Smith Sessers. Grabs a little bit of curb over Goby's Gamble. A little bit nose high, but lands it. Nicely through the infield as Meyer heads down the hill into the jump section. Perfectly over the tabletop. Nicely over the single. Clears the double.
10,
Around the sweeper onto
9,
the straight. We'll see what's the
8,
lap time Meyer can put
7,
together here. Fastest so
6,
far is a 33.8.
4, 3,
And she goes down to a
2,
31.7. So
1.
Meyer goes 2 seconds lap quicker on that run. Who we've got heading down the straight now?
Bradley Warner done.
So Bradley Warner's done, sitting in
Samuel
third.
Dal Santo done.
Samuel just pips him for third. So current order, we've got Hassan in 1,
Jacob
Jay
Hickey
Raffello
done.
2, Samuel Del Santo in 3, Bradley Warner in 4, Maya 5, Connor Evans 6. Great job, Connor.
Hassan Omar done.
Jacob Hickey in 6,
Maya Rifalo
Saxon
done.
Gillett in 8,
Eli Pitt
Pitt
done.
in 9, and
Jay
Tyler ending
Rifalo
at the
done.
10. Great driving, guys. Our junior class is super strong. There goes young
Gillett
Saxon
done.
just coming across the line. Put him in 8th.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 2. 2WD Spec Heat 1 of 2. Dries Low.
So just take caution on the straight, guys. There'll be cars stopping on the straight. Can I just get everyone just go across the loop for me? You can all just do one more lap.
1
just do
minute
one
to
more
the
lap
start
if you
of
like.
the race. Andrew Evans. Robert
Get anyone
Smith.
checked off that time.
Greg Cribben. John Griffey.
All right,
Nicholas
all cars are checked
Rifalo.
off now.
Mitch Bailey. Todd Jolien.
All right, we're all good to go. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. Go when your name is called.
Robert Smith. Andrew Evans. Greg Cribben. Todd Jolien. Nicholas Rifalo. Mitch Bailey, Dries Lowe, John Griffey, Michael Frieden, Hugo Tsung.
Alright, so we've got, so follow Robbie Smith. He's in the fluoro yellow car, heading around the sweeper onto the straight. Robbie Smith, another one of our life members, has been driving here forever. Our longest serving member. Yeah, the year 1956 has come to date when he started his RC career. So we'll see Robbie Smith. Robbie Smith's first lap was a 29.1. Looking really tidy through the jump section. Robbie Smith's one of those guys, he's not always quickest, but he's the most consistent. It's very rare to see Robbie crash. He's put down a 28.6 that last one. That's a very quick lap. Anyone quick at the moment is Andrew Evans. I've actually got a couple of guys. So we've got Andrew Evans quickest at the moment, 28.1. Greg Crippen with a 28.2. Mitch Bailey with a 28.2. Robbie Smith lays down a 27.3. That sly old dog. Just as I start to say he's consistent, he just smashes his fastest lap time out of the park. A little bit of mistake on the jump section, but plays it safe. So just got one more lap before we start seeing the top five average. Robbie Smith still looking very smooth and consistent out there. Might jump on board with Greg Crippen. Greg Crippen starting to head around the sweeper onto the front straight. Along the back straight through the dipper. Down through Smith's S's. Comes around to negotiate. Goby's gamble. Nicely down ramps. A little bit wide on the apex, hits the hole. See, he comes down the hill over the jump section. Nicely over the tabletop and the single. Clears the double perfectly. Round the sweeper onto the front straight. Greg's fastest lap currently 28.8. We'll see what he can put down this one. Sorry, 28.2. Goes to a 29.3. A little bit slower on that lap. Just got to try and down ramp that little double a bit more and miss that hole on the apex. All right, top five average. We've got Robbie Smith sitting out in the lead with a 28 flat. Greg Crippen, 28.6. Andrew Evans, 29 flat. Nicholas Rafalo, 29.4. Todd Julian with a 29.7. Mitch Bailey, 30.2. Dres Lowe, a 31.2. John Griffey, a 36. Just on 15 seconds to go, drivers.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Todd Jolien done. Robert Smith done. Mitch Bailey done. Dries Lowe done. Andrew Evans done. Greg Crippen done. John Griffey done. Nicholas Refalo done. All drivers are finished. The race is completed. Up next, race number 3. 2WD Spec Heat 2 of 2. Jeffrey Primer, Dan Marr, Glenn Welch, Paul Hickey, Nathaniel White, Dallas Gardner, Scott Hill, Ron Kirby, Brad Verco, Jeffrey Pitt, Jim Koymanese.
Caution on the straight, guys. Everyone's starting to pull up.
One minute to the start of the
All right,
race.
so we'll see if Verco continue with his dominance of this one. Looking very tidy out there. Be curious to know the mix of tyres that we're running. So we've got the Jetco and the whole shot available as a control tyre for this one. We've got our marshals out there. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready. Go when your name is called.
Brad Verco, Glenn Welch, Nathaniel White, Dallas Gardner, Scott Hill, Jeffrey Primer, Jeffrey Pitt, Jim Koymanese, Dan Marr, Paul Hickey, Ron Kirby.
All right, so Verco is out in front. Actually, Glenn Welsh. Glenn Welsh was on the fastest lap at 26.1. Verco's just gone at 26 flat. So it's a good battle between Verco and Welsh at the moment. Actually, it's less than 1/10 of a second separating the two. Got Nathaniel sitting in third with a 26.4. Gardner actually with a 26.3 now. Hill 27.1, Primer 27.6, Pitt 28.4, Dan Marr 27.3. We'll jump on board with Glenn Welsh, the green and red car with the fluoro yellow wheels. He's coming over the jump section. All right, well, follow me. Comes down the front straight into the sweeper. Through the chicane. Nicely through the chicane. Down the back straight into the dipper. Through Smith Estes. Very tidy through there. Over Goby's Gamble. Down ramps perfectly. Misses the hole on the apex. He comes through the infield. He's coming up to a gaggle of cars. Heads down the hill to the tabletop. Perfectly over the tabletop. Nicely through the jump section. A little bit sideways out of that one. We'll see how he goes with the time. His current fastest lap is a 20... Oh, he just goes top of the times at 26.1. His top average so far is that. So Welsh currently sitting in 1 with the top 5 average of 26.2. Verco only 1/100th of a second behind. Nathaniel with 3/100ths of a second behind. Verco now goes top of the time. 26.1 average for Verco. 26.2 Welsh, 26.2 Nathaniel, 26.5 Gardner, 27 Flat Hill, 27.7 Ron, Primer 27.7, Denmark 27.8. So it's really close through the middle. It's top three are close. Then the other three below that are super close together as well. Verco's laid down his fastest lap of the run. He's gone to 25.7. He's now improved his top 5 average. He's now got 0.3 of a second gap over the rest of the field. So Verco in the orange and white car
10,
heads down over the tabletop.
9, 8.
Negotiating
7,
the jump section. You should get
6,
one more lap
5,
in after this one.
4, 3.
Let's see what time he
2,
can put together. 27,
1.
the 25.7 is quickest. That's a 26 flat on that one. We'll follow Verco for his final lap. See if he can put in a screamer. Coming over Goby's Gamble. Down ramps perfectly.
Nathaniel
Misses
White
the
done.
hole. Heads through
Dallas
the infield
Gardner
tidy.
done.
Oh, and
Glenn
Verco
Welch
has
done.
blown it.
Scott Hill done.
Try and talk the guy up. He just lets the commentator down. No one's going to pit Verco, but he's still the quickest. He's got a top
Dan
5
Maher
average
done.
of under 26 seconds.
Jeffrey
The only guy
Pringer
under
done.
26 for the average.
Brad Verco done. Ron Kirby done.
So we got Verco,
Jim
Welch,
Koyman's done.
Gardner, White
Jeffrey
in 4,
Pitt
Hill
done.
5, Mars 6, Kirby 7, Killismanis 8, Prima 9, Pitt 10, and Hickey rounding out the 11.
Paul Hickey done. All drivers are finished. The race is completed. Up next, race number 4. 2WD Mod. Heat 1 of 2. Lachlan Williams.
So once
Brian
again, I just want
Lowe.
to take this time to thank our major
Aiden
sponsor,
Young.
Campbelltown Hobbies. Their generosity
Gary
is
Kellett.
greatly appreciated. Please be sure to jump online, look them up. Always super competitive on prices, great on service. I'd like to also thank our other sponsors, S-Works and Hobby Wing. At this meeting, we have for our spec classes, our control motor
Stuart
is
McMahon.
a 21.5 Hobby
Stephen
Wing
Snedden.
G4. We're actually allowing anyone to run G3 as well. But the Hobby Wing 21.5
minute
is our
to the
tool
start of
drive
the
control
race.
motor. In our four-wheel drive, we're running the Hobby Wing 17.5. These motors have been super consistent, hassle-free, never a problem.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
We're just waiting on Pat Carter to get up on the driver's stand. So no different to normal, still just waiting on Pat Carter. Yeah, he's been doing a bit of tech support with our live stream. So I won't be too mean to him. Driver's ready, marshal's ready. Go when your name is called.
Brian Lowe. Lachlan Williams. Gary Kellett. Stephen Snedden. Stuart McMahon. Aiden
All right,
Young.
we might follow Lockie Williams on this one. Lockie
Patrick
Williams
Carter.
is
John McMillan.
one of our new drivers to mod. He's been doing really well. He's in the fluoro orange and blue car heading through the infield. He heads downhill for the tabletop. Nicely over the tabletop. Beautifully through the jump section. So Brian Lowe, his first lap is a 27.5. Lockie Williams a 27.3. Matt Keller 26.4. Snedden 28.7. Aiden Young 29.2. Stuart Martin 31.8. So our fast guy out there is Matt Kellett. Matt Kellett starting to find his feet again in this class. Little whip over the double. So going all that with Matt Kellett as he heads down the front straight through the chicane. Down the back straight into Dipper. Up on the back wheels. Beautifully through Smith's S's. Perfectly as he negotiates Goby's gamble. He's coming through the infield. Touch of the curb. Down the hill into the tabletop. Down ramps beautifully. This should be a super tidy lap for Matt Kellett. We'll see what his time is. He goes at 25.7. That's his fastest lap of the run. Meantime, we've got Brian Lowe laying down a super fast 25.5. Over a second quicker. Actually, no, he's not. Matt Kellett's 25.7, so he's got 2/10 over Kellett. So Brian Lowe, currently the fast guy out there. We'll jump on board with Brian as he comes around the sweeper on the front, straight in the blue and white car. Through the chicane, super tidy, and down the back straight, up on the rear wheels as he goes into the Dipper. A little bit sideways through Smith's S's, cost him a little bit of time. Over Goby's gamble, grabs too much curb, just flips it over, back onto the rubber. Coming down over the tabletop, nicely through the jump section. Just got to keep it tidy, put these laps together. Brian goes through, so top average at the moment we've got Matt Kellett in 1 with a 26.2. Lowe in 2nd with a 26.6. Sneddon 3rd with a 27.2. Lockie Williams 27.4. So Kellett the man to beat out there. Brian Lowe still with the fastest lap of the run. He's just got to try and emulate that. Repeat that lap a few more times and he'll be right up there. It's just a matter of pushing hard enough but not overstepping the limit. See what Lowe can do as he crosses this time. Lowe with a 25.4, fastest lap of the race. That puts him to the top of the table. So if Brian can just keep pumping out laps like that, he's flying at the moment. Fastest lap of the race and sitting top of the times. He's only got about 7/100ths of a second in front of Kellett over the top 5 average. Watch Lowe comes around the sweeper onto the front straight. We'll see what sort of time he can put down this one. It's a 26 flat, so still a good time, but not his best. We'll see if we can find Kellett and follow Kellett around. Kellett now on the back straight, into the Dipper, massively onto the back wheels. Scrape of the rear wing. Over Goby's gamble. Little whip.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Grabs
6,
the curb.
5,
Heads down for the
4,
tabletop.
3, 2.
Nicely over the tabletop
1.
single. Little double. Big good lap for Kellett. We'll see it is when he crosses over. His fastest was 25.7. This one, a 25.7 again. It's actually his fastest lap. He's just bettered it by a couple of tenths. Still 3/10 off Brian Lowe's fastest
Stephen
lap.
Sneddon done. Lachlan Williams
See where
done.
they sit. It's going to be super tight.
Stuart McMahon done.
See what sort of lap Brian can lay down for his last lap. Last one was a 26.8. Fastest the 25.4.
Brian Lowe done.
Lowe goes 26 flat. I think that's going to put him top of the times.
Gary Kellett done. Aiden Young done.
So
Patrick Carter
Brian
done.
Lowe takes it out.
All drivers are
Kellett 2,
finished.
Williams 3.
The race is completed. Up
Good
next,
to see some of our young
race
guns
number
getting right
5.
up there.
2WD mod. Heat 2 of 2. James Muha. Cale Wilson. Samuel Muffet. Nick Frame. Andrew Gillett. Ben 2.0. Lachlan Donnelly.
Just one lap, please, drivers. Just one lap.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, so we got everyone gridding up. Just waiting for our final marshals to get out there. I just get one more person in the video. Matty Kellett setting in there.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, we'll stop that timer and we'll get going. So, all right, drivers ready, marshals ready. Go when your name is called. I'll be keeping an eye on Sam Muffet. Expecting big things from Sam this one. Second in the last run.
Lachlan Donnelly, Samuel Muffet, Cale Wilson, Andrew Gillett, Nick Frame, Ben 2.0, James Muha.
All right, so Donnelly throwing the car about through the jump section. Big whips. Looking very quick. Donnelly at 24.8. Muffet, 26 flat. Cale, 25.2. Gillett, 25.8. Seckold, 26 flat. Cribben, 25.6. James at 27.1. So Donnelly still in the class of his own. But he puts down this time. He goes to 24.2. Muffet throws down his fastest lap at 25.4. I think Wilson's had a... Where is he? No, he's sitting there. Wilson also threw down his fastest lap then at 25.2. So Donnelly currently a second lap quicker than anyone. We'll see some action. So we've got, heading down the back straight, we've got Cribben and Seckold. So Cribben in front of Seckold at the moment. Not caution drivers, Gillett just on his lid. Seckold just trying to grab hold of the back of Cribben's car. Cribben makes a little mistake. Oh, so does Seckold. They come over the tabletop, over the single. Oh, Seckold super quick through the jump section as they head down the straight. Both of them supremely quick through the chicane. Cribben a little bit crossed up coming through the Smith S's. Seckold now starting to search for a way by. Oh, and Seckold makes a mistake. Leaves Cribben in the blue car with the black, blue and black car with flames. Sitting in second. Michelle like Cribben's now sitting in 4. So we've currently got Donnelly in 1. We'll go top 5 average. Donnelly 1 with a 24.2. Wilson in second with a 25.4. Muffet in third with a 25.5. Cribben with a 25.6. Oh, it's seesawing between Muffet and Wilson at the moment, so it's back in Wilson's favour. 1/10 of a second separating them in the top 5 average. Cribben a couple of tenths off that. Current order: Donnelly, Wilson, Muffet, Cribben, Gillett, Muha and Seckold. Donnelly in the only guy in the 23s. No one even remotely close to Donnelly in a class of his own. Just on 45 seconds to go, drivers. Wilson still sitting in second. Cribben's jumped to third. He's pushed Muffet back. Let's see if Muffet's got time to squeeze in 2 more good laps. We'll jump on board with Muffet as he heads down the straight. He's around the sweeper, down the straight. Into the chicane. Just touches the curves. Down the back straight. Tidy through Smith's S's. There negotiates Goby's gamble. Perfect little whip and down ramps. Really quick through the infield. He's looking like a really great lap for Muffet. He's just got to hold it together. Comes across
10,
over the tabletop.
9, 8.
Nicely through the jump
7,
section. Grabs the curve
6,
up on 2 wheels.
5,
He comes around the sweeper
4,
onto the straight.
3,
See what
2,
Muffet puts in.
1.
Muffet goes at 24.9. That's almost his 1/10 of his quickest lap. So Sam Muffet still sitting in 4th.
Lachlan Donnelly done.
Only 1/10 of a second behind Wilson. Cribben's jumped up in the second. So Donnelly's done. We'll see how the order comes down. Who can put in a fast lap on this last
Cale
one?
Wilson done. Nick Frame done. Samuel Muffet done.
So the current
Ben
order:
2.0
Donnelly
done.
1, Cribben 2, Wilson 3, Muffet 4, Seckold 5.
Andrew Gillett done.
Cartwheels down the front straight. So it is
James
actually,
Muha done.
it's Donnelly,
All
then
drivers are finished.
daylight to anyone else, but
The
it's
race is
super tight
completed.
between the next 3.
Up next, race number 6. 4WD Spec Heat 1 of 2. Bradley Shooter,
Can I just get Chris Muffet to come to race control, please?
Damian Absalon, Todd Jolien, Andrew Evans, Ron Kirby, Robert Smith, Greg Cribben, Mitch Bailey. Paul Hickey. 1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, we've got four-wheel spec heat 1 up now.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
So we just need our drivers from the last round to come out to marshal, please. Okay, everyone's checked off. Just waiting on one more marshal for, or a couple more marshals for the crates, please. Do we have a volunteer marshal just to jump on that crate in the middle, please? Thanks, Tariq. All right, let's get this underway. So, going on your name. Drivers ready, marshals ready. Watch your cars.
Ron Kirby, Paul Hickey, Mitch Bailey, Todd Jolien, Robert Smith, Damian Absalon, Andrew Evans, Bradley Shooter, Greg Cribben.
Okay, everyone's underway in the four-wheel spec Quali 2 Heat 1. Okay, Ron's first around with a 26.6. Paul Hickey a 27.5. Mitch Bailey a 27.2. Todd a 27.5. Rob Smith a 27.2. So Ron's setting the pace early in this one. So Ron just coming through the gamble at the moment, over the double, into the infield. So Ron just coming around the last corner, down the main straight, to complete another lap. So the order at the moment, Ron is 1, Paul 2, Mitch 3, Todd 4, and Rob Smith 5. Now Ron's just coming through the jump section now, just coming up on some lap traffic. Paul Hickey just puts in the fastest lap of the race with a 25.5. So once again, a big shout out to our sponsors, Campbelltown Hobbies, putting on a fantastic driver series. So Ron still in first place, Paul Hickey 2, Todd in 3. So 1 minute to go in this quali. So up next we've got our four-wheel spec heat 2, so four-wheel spec heat 2 up next. So the order at the moment, Ron Kirby with a 26.5, Rob Smith a 26.2. Paul Hickey just jumps up to the first spot. His 5-lap average at 25.8. So the order now, Paul Hickey, Rob Smith, Ron Kirby, and then Mitch Bailey in 4.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drivers keep going till your name's called.
Ron Kirby done. Paul Hickey done. Mitch Bailey done. Todd Jolien done. Robert Smith done.
So across the line and you'll be done.
Greg Cribben done. Andrew Evans done.
So Greg Cribben puts in a 25.9 on the last lap to jump up into 4th.
Bradley Shooter done. Damien Absalon done. All drivers are finished.
So the finishing order there,
race
Paul
is
Hickey,
completed.
Rob Smith, and then
Up
Ron
next,
Kirby.
Race number 7. 4WD spec heat
Thanks,
2 of 2.
drivers. So cars on the table, out to Marshall.
Jim Koymanis. Nathaniel White. Jeffrey Primer. Scott Hill. Jeffrey Pitt. Dallas Gardner. Brad Verco. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race."
Okay, we're looking good for Marshalls. Everyone's checked off. Yeah, phones in pockets, please,
30
Marshalls.
seconds to the start of
I know
the
you're really
race.
keen to have a look at your times. Let's get this underway. Drivers ready, Marshals ready. Watch your cars.
"15 seconds to the start of the race." Brad Verco. Dallas Gardner. Scott Hill. Nathaniel White. Jim Koymanis. Jeffrey Pitt. Jeffrey Primer. Hugo Tsung. Michael Frieden.
Okay, everyone's underway. So this is the fast guys in the spec. So Brad Verco, the top fastest driver from the last quali, puts in a 24.7 first lap around. Dally G a 25 flat. Scott Hill 25.7. Nathaniel White 25.1. So Verco just coming onto the main straight to finish another lap. Puts in a 24.5 for fastest lap of the race. So Verco just coming down the main straight. The all orange car goes even quicker with a 24.3. Having a really good run here. Coming through the infield section. So Verco just coming through the infield. Just give him some room when he's coming through. Thanks, drivers. He's coming over the tabletop down the jumps line. Okay, coming down the main straight to complete his 5th lap. So goes even faster with a 24.1. So as the drivers complete their first 5 laps, we've got some time. So Brad Verco average 24.1. Dally G 24.3. Scott Hill in 3rd, 25.1. Nathaniel White 24.5. So the order at the moment, Verco 1, Dally G 2, Nathaniel 3, Scott Hill 4 and Jim Koimanis 5. Jeffrey Pitt just puts in his fastest lap with a 25.3, jumps up into 5th spot. And Nathaniel does a 24.4 for his fastest lap. So Verco putting in some very consistent times here. Fastest lap at 24.1 and his 5-lap average is a 24.2. So going very consistent. Now we've got 20 seconds to go in this race. Up next we've got our first heat of 4-wheel mod. 4-wheel mod heat 1, you're up next.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, Nathaniel just jumps up into the 2nd spot there. So
Scott Hill done. Dallas Gardner done. Brad Verco done. Jim Koimanis done. Jeffrey Pitt done.
So across the line and you'll be
Nathaniel
done.
White done. Jeffrey Primer done. All drivers are finished.
Okay, so the
The
finishing
race is
order there was Verco,
Up next,
Nathaniel and
race
then
number
Dally G.
4WD mod.
Thanks, drivers.
Heat 1 of 2.
All right, guys. So numbers are down a little bit, and we are running so far ahead of time that I would propose that we can do 3 qualifiers. The only reason I won't do 3 qualifiers is if people don't want to. So if anybody has a complaint about doing 3 qualifiers, just come and talk to me. If more people don't want to do it, then we won't. But I think it's a great opportunity for more people to get more track time. So we're going to move ahead unless people come and tell me they don't want to. We will also add 10 minutes in between the rounds.
1 minute to the start of the
We
race.
will also add 10 minutes in between rounds
Lachlan
because
Williams.
people are struggling to get their cars
Matt
together
Settle.
as well.
Stuart
All right, thank you,
McMahon.
guys.
Cale Wilson. Aiden Young. 45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. Patrick Carter.
All right, just one lap, please, drivers. Just one lap.
"15 seconds to the start of the race.
Matt Kellett out there. I just need to check off if he is.
Gary Kellett, less than 5.
Oh, it's going to go with the computer. Oh, actually, got someone out there. We won't go with the computer. Let's pause it. Don't go. Don't go. Just hold on, guys.
Cale Wilson.
Don't go. Don't go. There's always one. Did you see that, Cale? Did you see how you can clear that whole section? All right. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. Go when your name is called.
Cale Wilson. Gary Kellett.
All right,
Lachlan
so we'll get on
Williams.
board with Wilson this time. He's
Matt
promised me that
Seckel.
he's put a bit more power into the car so he
Patrick
can
Carter.
do the
Aiden
jumps.
Young.
It should improve his lap times.
Stuart McMahon.
Nice
John
and tidy
McMillan.
through the first half of the lap. Here we go. Oh, even down ramps. Well done, Cale. I'm proud of you. Heads around the sweeper onto the front straight. See what his first lap is. A 23.3. That's super quick. He's pulled heaps of time from clearing that jump. Kellett, 20. Actually, Kellett's had a bad one. He's had a roller. It's a 31. Seckold's the quickest one at 25.2 currently. But Cale Wilson in a league of his own with a 23.3. Goes a 23.4, so 1/10 off. So super consistent. So we'll just stick on board with Wilson. Touches the curb, he heads down the hill. Clears the single, down ramps again perfectly. Overshoots the last double a little bit, but doesn't cost him time. Wilson heads down the straight. Goes faster again, a 23.32. So Wilson on fire at the moment. His consistency is outstanding. A tenth of a second separates all 3 laps. Oh, he just comes across some lap traffic. It just puts him off and balks him through there. This one won't be a great lap, but we'll see what he can. Got a clear track ahead of him from now. Heads down the back straight. Not as quick down the back straight as he could be. This lap's already not looking quite there. Off the track again. So Wilson just is. I might have to leave him alone because he's struggling. We've got Lockie Williams currently sitting in second, so we'll follow Lockie Williams. All right, let's try and jump on board with Lockie Williams. We'll just see where he is. Heads down the straight, so he's through the chicane, super quick through there, down the back straight. Really quick through Smith S's over Goby's Gamble. Nicely on the apex. This is looking like a nice tidy lap. Just caution on the jump section, caution. Just gets balked because there's a crashed car. So he was looking, Brad Verco just... So Lockie Williams was looking on a good lap, but just a crashed car has just balked him a little bit. Just collect your thoughts, mate. Have another crack at it. So a big gaggle of cars through the infield at the moment. Everyone close together. Wilson, the quick one in the fluoro fluoro scheme. He's coming around the sweeper on the straight, still at the fastest lap of a 23.3. Matt Seckold's jump up in the second. So with just 15 seconds to go. Current order is Wilson in 1.
10, 9,
Matt Seckold 2.
7, 6,
Lockie Williams
5,
3.
4, 3.
Actually, I think that's
2,
around the wrong way. It should be
1.
Williams and Seckold. Got Kellett sitting in 4, McMahon 5, Carter 6, Young 7.
Lachlan Williams done. Gary Kellett done. Aiden Young done. Matt Seckel done.
So after the
Cale
next
Wilson
race,
done.
which is 4-wheel mod, we will
Stuart
have a
McMahon
10-minute
done.
break just to allow people a bit of time to work on their cars. So we're moving through the meeting too quickly for them. The track is Starting to come up really nicely. We'll give it a blow down after this round.
Patrick Carter done. All drivers are finished. The race is completed. Up next, race number 9. 4WD Mod. Heat 2 of 2. James Muha. Samuel Muffet. Brian Lowe. Nick Frame. Lachlan Donnelly. Ben 2.0. Stephen Snedden. Lachlan Donnelly. James Muha. 1 minute to
All
the
right, as
start
soon as we
of the
get our
race.
marshals out there, we'll get this underway. Just caution on the front straight, guys. Caution on the front straight.
Ben 2.0.
So as soon as Cribben gets around, so I need Gillett to check off, Lowe to check off, Muffet to check off, Secol to check off. And Snedden.
Nick Frame.
Just
Samuel
check off. We
Muffet.
haven't got to do more laps. Just check them off. I assume, is Gillett not coming? Oh, is Gillett?
Andrew Gillett.
So Brian, can you just go across the loop for me, please? Brian?
Brian Lowe.
And I haven't got Snedden checked off. Is Snedden coming?
You'll be fine.
Where's young Steve Snedden?
Stephen Snedden.
Is Steve Snedden on his way?
He's out there.
Anyone acknowledge where Steve Snedden is? Anyone just check where Steve Snedden is for me, please? Steve Snedden. Oh, he's up there? Oh, now he's checked off. I'm so busy looking around, I'm not looking at the computer anymore. All right, we found him. All right, we'll get this underway. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. Go when your name is called.
Lachlan Donnelly. Ben 2.0. Andrew Gillett. Brian Lowe. James Muha. Samuel Muffet. Nick Frame. Stephen Snedden.
So Cribben already looking a bit racy in this one. He's just looks like Donnelly makes time on everyone through the jump section. He's just so much quicker in that part of the track. So Cribben was looking quicker before. Actually, Cribben has. No, he's still off. So Donnelly lays down the fastest lap today of 22.8. Cribben at 23.3. I actually reckon Cribben was quicker the first half of the track, but Donnelly just makes so much time in the jump section. Doesn't jump as high, keeps the car flatter, and just is just quicker all around through the jumps. He betters his time to a 22.5. Gillett's on a 23.9. Muha jumps up to a 24 flat. Secol 24.8. Lowe 24.8. Snedden 25.7. Cribben with a 23.3. So a little mistake by Brian Lowe in the jump section. Just got to find that consistency, Brian. Oh, Secol looking quick through the jumps. Oh, Donnelly with the first mistake all day. Oh, bit of carnage on the back straight as Secol just jams it into the back of young Muffet. Already got Donnelly coming up, lapping the field. He's moving through with Secol, the next one on his list. Donnelly with a 22.2, fastest lap. No one even close. Daylight between Donnelly and everyone else. We'll jump on board with our second place car. Andrew Gillett down the back straight. He's in the black car with the fluoro wheels. He's got Cribben all over the back of him as well. Getting stuck on the back marker. So Cribben now in the blue car, just sitting ahead of Gillett on track, but behind on timing. All right, so we'll go on board with Gillett just through the chicane. Cribben makes a bit of time on him there. Gillett just looking really consistent. Maybe not the quickest, but consistent. Wouldn't say consistently slow, but consistent. Gillett's currently sitting in third. We've got Muha's now jumped up in a second. So top 5 average, we've got Donnelly in 1 with a 22.4. Muha, 23.9. Gillett's jumped up. He's now at 23.7. Okay, my computer's not ranking these properly. So we've currently got Cribben in 2, 23.4. Gillett, 23.7. Muha, 23.9. Seckold now with 23.8. So that battle for second place is tight with 4 cars contesting it. Nothing separating those 4. Donnelly still with the fastest lap of a 22.2. We'll go on board with James Muha in the pink car as he heads down the back straight into the dipper.
7,
up on the back
6,
wheels. Nicely
5,
through the
4,
Smith Esters.
3,
Perfectly over
2,
Goby's Gamble.
1.
Heading through the infield. A little mistake by James. Just caution drivers as you come through.
Andrew Gillett done. Lachlan Donnelly done.
Okay, as we come
Brian
through, we'll see
Lowe
what
done.
the final order is. Donnelly,
James Muha done.
daylight from first to
Frame
second. So
done.
Donnelly 1. I think Cribben's going to get
Samuel
second.
Muffet
Gillett
done.
3rd. Seckold
Ben
4th. Muha
2.0
5.
done.
Muffet 6. Sneddon 7. And Low 8. So guys, we will have a 10-minute break now, just to let everyone get their gear together, and we will be moving into a 3rd qualifier.
The race is completed.
So we'll just take this time, we'll do a little bit of track maintenance. Once again, would like to thank our race sponsors, Campbelltown Hobbies, S-Works and Hobby Wing. We will commence racing at 5 minutes past 10.